It's 8:14. You're tuned in to Talk AM 1320 WKAN. And are joined in this portion of the program by Rob Hoffman from River Valley Metro. And one of the cool things River Valley Metro does is partner with lots of community organizations. And, it's kind of all part of this thing that's going beyond transportation and being a real community leader. And it's good to have you with us, Rob.
Morning, Bill. Appreciate you guys having me.
It is the One Moment movement. Tell us a little bit about how this got going.
One Nation, One Moment. President Clinton created the White House Department of Remembrance, whose primary goal was they had done a study and found out only 28% of Americans could tell us why do we celebrate and why do we honor Memorial Day. So there's been an effort for quite a few years here. We got involved in 2005. We've done this annually with several community partners. WKAN has been a partner since day one. Riverside, the Daily Journal, various other partners in the community. Simple message. It's a simple ask. 3 o'clock on Memorial Day, just take a moment, pause for a moment, think about what a great nation we have, why we have this nation, and the sacrifices that people made and continue to make. If you look around our community, you start talking to people, you can't go a day without touching somebody that served or somebody that's lost a loved one that served. I'm going to attend a memorial tonight for Sheldon Hinderlatter, who served in World War II. Get out and talk to these folks. We're losing a lot of the World War II folks, unfortunately. That window's going to close, but it's there's history there. There's true sacrifice there.
And what is River Valley Metro's role in this? How do you see that fitting in?
Metro is just trying to get the word out. We're a part of this community. We are handing out wristbands as the supply lasts, just a little wristband with a simple message, One Nation, One Moment. Hopefully somebody asks you why you're wearing that, and you can share the story. Just something our employees have got behind from day one. They look forward to it. And again, our partners have been incredible over the years with this.
And really, it's very simple. It's a matter of taking that time and making it, and you say 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
3 o'clock is the time that's been designated by the White House. Just take a moment. Take a moment, however you choose to recognize. Just take a moment and remember those folks. Be thankful. If you see a veteran, thank them. This is a true sacrifice to give up. We still have young men and women that are walking away from their home life and gone for a year or two and still serving in multiple countries. Thank these folks.
And in a time when there's people are busier than ever, and there's so much is being asked of us. It seems like we're always kind of being asked to do this with our time, give to this, make sacrifices for this. And this is such an easy thing, and such an easy thing to help spread the word on. Well,
and it's easy to, as you say, get caught up in our daily lives and how busy we are. This is why we get to be busy. This is why we have these great lives. This is why we've got a beautiful country, beautiful days. We get to go out and enjoy them. Not everybody gets to go out and have a holiday weekend. You look at what's going on around the world. Remember why that is.
Yeah. And I think you made a good point about this generation, the greatest generation. We're losing a lot of these vets every month, every year.
Every day,
And every day, And if you still are fortunate enough to have living World War II vets in your family, ask them some questions, and try to get their stories, at least if you can learn their stories, to pass their stories on or write them down or ask to see pictures, because that piece of history, we don't want those pieces of history to die with our vets.
Well, I know that you're getting more and more into genealogy and learning about all these family histories in our community. And it seems like just every family we talk to has been touched in some way by those who served our country. So.
Very true.
It is, and the stories that you get, you'll be surprised. It's rarely about fighting or that type of thing. It's something that struck them that was personal to them, and things you're not going to find in history books, things that haven't been well documented. That it is important. Get out and talk to these folks. Just a simple thank you means so much.
Yeah. And sometimes in just the mentality of, especially those who fought in World War II, it's just a different kind of era. When those guys came home, they didn't really talk a lot. I don't know, that was from everybody I've talked to, they were just kind of about getting back to work, taking care of families, doing what needed to be done, and not living in that time anymore, just moving on to whatever they had to do.
That generation, the key thing when you talk to the folks, they came home with such an appreciation of the opportunities in this country, and they took advantage of them. Yeah. We're all doing pretty good for groundwork that they laid.
They definitely are. Well, one nation, one moment, taking some time on this holiday weekend, 3 o'clock on Memorial Day, to say thank you, to just take a moment, even if it's just self-reflection, and just taking that moment to appreciate what this holiday weekend is really about. And I think what you're doing is important, just because, not just taking that moment and appreciating and saying thank you to people, but it's getting out in the community and spreading the word about this to remind people that there's more than, sales, there's more than cookouts, there's more than, getting the house ready for people to come over in the backyard. There's so much more than that.
It is. It's just take a moment, simple thing. It's something that we should be celebrating, continue to celebrate.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Very good.
Rob Hoffman, River Valley Metro, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Bill, be careful on that roof.
I will be careful on that roof. Yes, I will. I got to get up there before it gets too hot here this morning. It is 8:21. You're tuned in to Talk AM 1320 WKAN.